Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to be ranking the top 30 units in the game in Dokkan Battle. Now I'm going to preface this straight away. If you're looking for a bit more detail and in-depth look at the units, maybe watch my LR tier list and my TUR tier list, because those might give you a little bit of a better guideline as to some in-depth discussion. Because we're going to be ranking units and so many of them, I really want to just kind of rank them and almost leave it at that, instead of sort of like talking about them in too much detail. But with that being said, I will be giving it obviously a reason for my choice. So anyway, let's kick it off. We're going to start at the bottom and then kind of push our way up. So to cut a long story short, the 30th best unit in the game. Looking at this list, it's actually crazy to even think you could like choose a unit to be like the 30th best unit in the game. But I would have to say right now it's probably Frieza. So it's probably Goku Black. So Goku Black, I think is great. Look, I think he's really good, and I think people hate on him a lot. I think because of how Super Bosses works, he fits on that team really nicely. The big issue that he has, and a lot of actually the Extreme Super Bosses units have, is the clashing of their domains. The fact that you can't holistically run him, Fusion Zamasu, Broly, and everyone all together without using their domains effectively, you have to use them one by one, is a huge hindrance to them as units. Coming in at number 29, I think for that, probably I'd have to go with Broly, Cheelai, and Lemo. So Broly, Cheelai, and Lemo are great. They're an orb-changing support type unit that's incredibly good. Broly, Cheelai, and Lemo are still orb dependent, and they are kind of on the outskirts due to how the current uncontrollable power / movie bosses dynamic is working. For some people who run movie bosses, they're a mainstay that enables the team. For people who like to run uncontrollable power, they just don't exist. So it depends a lot on what you're looking to run. I use them on my movie bosses team. I prefer them on there. I think they kind of fit in here. Next at 28, okay, this one is going to probably cause a little bit of debate, whatever. For me, well, this one not so much maybe. For me personally, it has to be the Buu Boys. So the only reason these guys aren't up here is because they're very tied to margin power. So I have to factor that in. Margin power holistically as a concept is a great team still. Them being so tied to it means that it has to continue to be a great team. As a unit though, insane. Huge healing, huge defense, great offense, the whole package. Utility as well with stunning and sealing. Really good unit. Again, we kind of continue. This is going to be a little bit strange because I think I had him higher than him in terms of like the TUR tier list. But I'm going to be honest, Goku probably falls at number 27. So Goku I think is a really good unit, but Movie Heroes is a hard sell for him, and just in general his leader skill and how he works doesn't function as well as I'd like it to. He's not a bad unit, but he's not feeling to me like he's going to be able to climb above these other units in terms of functionality. I then think we have to put Broly. So Broly I think is great. and I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. Broly is the perfect unit for his team. Of that I have no doubt. Broly is the perfect unit for his team. Broly's issue is that he has limited categories, and that I just don't want to have a whole bunch of Brolys at the top. No, it's very hard because I really like Broly. I actually think he's excellent. I think he really honestly is an absolutely amazing performer. And honestly, on like a raw basis, he performs better than like a lot of these units. It's like there's something about his categories, the way he functions, the orbs as well. There are those moments where you don't get rainbow orbs that kind of holds him in a bit of a fluctuating capacity. There's like all-star mode Broly, and there's like, yeah, not so all-star mode Broly. I also have to factor in that I've only ever used mine at 100%. I don't know what he's like at 55%, so gotta evaluate him there. Next, I want to put the Omega Shenron. So, listen, this guy should be here, okay? Should be like here. His team is terrible, and so no matter what you say, like the kid doesn't matter. As an individual unit, he can't perform. So that makes it impossible. Not impossible. I mean, I've seen he's carried Shadow Dragon. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm talking nonsense. This guy's here. I'm just. It's hard, man, when you're rating so many units at once. Yeah, I think next on the list, probably we're gonna have to go for. Gonna have to go for Toppo. Yeah. Toppo. Then here. Then here. Oof. Ooh. Yeah, like that. Okay. Then probably like this. Then I would say probably like this. Then this freezer can probably fall a little bit lower. There we go. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, okay, we've just broken the 20. Okay, so we'll explain all these now. So yeah, yeah, that feels. This is interesting. Yeah, that feels okay. Yeah, do I agree with this? Maybe. Definitely think that. No, I think Kefler's better. Yeah, okay, that seems right. Okay, so basically, Hirudegarn, great unit, doesn't even fit on his own team anymore. Great for Res Warriors and stuff like that, but, you know, just not really on the same level as the other movie bosses now, so he's fallen off a little bit. Then you have Frieza, just doesn't have a team. If Frieza had a team, he'd be looking a lot better. It's super difficult to evaluate him right now. Toppo is the same. On Global, we're missing LR Jiren. That makes it hard, but Toppo himself is tied really badly to Signature Pose in Universe 11, and that's something that, you know, holds him back. Goten and Trunks, probably the same level as Kefla, I would say. If you factor in their unit super attack damage and the fact that they can do 3 super attacks and they've got 70% evasion, it's literally the same thing as Kefla. Like, even similar damage numbers. The way Kefla wins out is that Kefla is a little bit more malleable in terms of team. She doesn't need a lot of requirements. Then we have the Buu Boys. The Buu Boys suffer a little bit from a lot of these other units meshing really well on the team. They fit on one team, all of these guys together. And then it's like, do I put the Buu Boys on this team, which is great, or do I float a support like the Gammas, you know? And I think that makes it super hard to fit the Buu Boys on their team. And that's just why I think they're there, because they're a great damage dealer, but ultimately at the end of the day, they're a great damage dealer. but they need you to kind of feel them up. I think that's cool there. I think Mr. Gohan is great, a really strong defensive unit. Then I think I'm going to talk about swinging in. I think all of these guys probably. I think he can fit here. I think he can also go around here. Him as well. That can go in the next batch. Okay, there we go. Okay, so for me, so Mega Shenron can start to fall in here. I think then Zamasu probably falls in there. I think then I've got to put Goku. Then I have to put Tech Broly. Then I probably have to put Cell Max. Then I probably have to put do I like Int Kid Buu? Do I like Int Buu more than I like Cell Max? Am I really going to say that more than these two? Don't think so. Don't think so. I think also this looks better. Definitely, yeah. Okay, right. So let me explain this before people lose their minds. So Fusion Zamasu is great. He is super duper good. He fits on super bosses. Super bosses very, very strong, very good. His damage reduction is helping him hold up. That's it. He's going to start to slowly decline. The Goku Black didn't really help him out too much. The movie bosses team now has a lot of precedent over the super bosses team. So like if you're running an AGL Broly, you're pushing more to take like Tech Broly's, Strength Broly's, Int Broly's than you are in taking Zamasu. Zamasu is still great defensively, but there are and decent offensively, but it does feel like he's starting not to fall off individually, but more fall off from like his team. Omega Shenron, it's hard to debate, like, you know, one's falling off his team, the other one never had a team. I think on pure conjecture he's better than him, but I think he and his lack of team, it speaks for itself. I then think this is just where I would probably stop ranking the TURs outside of Vegeta. I think they don't really break the top 15, personally speaking. It's just not something that works for me. Look, I explained it in a bit more detail in my TUR video, but Int Good Buu is just one of those units that the more you use them, the more you'll understand what I'm saying, and you'll probably argue a lot less. The Gammas are really good, but just kind of tied to one team. Cell Max is very much the same, and Broly, you know, as much as he is, definitely needs to be catered to, he also, you know, fires 100 million damage supers, so it is very hard to kind of turn that down. This is where things get a little bit interesting now. So I think for me, I'm gonna have to put Broly up here. So Broly is probably, oof, that's gonna get me in trouble. Broly's outside the top 10. Look, Broly is great. Broly is really strong. Broly provides a ton of utility. Broly is not ultimately better than Super Saiyan Vegeta. I know it's going to surprise people. I know. I really, really know. But Super Vegeta, with all the buffs to Super Saiyans that have come out, is objectively insane. And I think because he only came out on Saiyan and because there's been limited access to him, people forget a little bit how insane this unit is. But this guy is like objectively nuts to like an uneducated level of nuts. He is insane. He's not even done. Like, he's going to be up there. I think then next, I'd probably have to say Int Broly. So Int Broly definitely in my top 10. People give him flack. People who don't understand him give him flack. I can't really help you. I think the top 5 speaks for itself. So I think Vegeta definitely doesn't break the top 5 for me. Of that, I have no doubt. You know, really, I think straightforward in terms of like the top 5 for me. You know, I think these units are the best. I think the WWC units are the best in the game. I think they did them that way. They are definitely the best for me, without a doubt. Then I think the real question is, where does Vegeta end up? And I think I have him in the right place. Overall, like I think I have him in the right place, and I'll explain why. Well, might not, might just be 9th. It's very difficult. I'd probably do this actually. I will do this. Yes. So it pretty much follows the same trend as the LR tier list. The top 10 are always kind of going to be dominated by LRs. It's just how it is. But this Vegeta, man, he's so good. And I think he's better than Goku. I mean, I really like Goku. But Goku, you know, especially in certain events of the Several Evasions, reliant on UI Goku. Vegeta relies on no man. No one, no man, no woman, no child. No nothing. Vegeta is king. He's awesome. Tier lists are really stupid anyway. But that is the top 30 units in the game on global. Honestly, like honestly, you could throw in like another 20 units here, and they're all probably similar in power level. But yeah, I think I'd probably say this is it. So see you guys next time. Bye.